Child Protective Service accepts the review panel's findings and acknowledges the areas we could have done better. Based on the panel's review of the call made by Beyond Social Services to CPS, we agree that we could have probed further into the risk level for the case. In addition, CPS had an established protocol for calls to be registered. However, this was not done for the call BSS made. CPS takes a serious view of this matter, and an internal disciplinary inquiry has been convened. We have made changes over the past 5 years to strengthen the system, but we acknowledge the areas we could have done better and will continue to improve and strengthen safe practices, interagency coordination and collaboration, and we will continue to invest in capability building in our partners and staff. CPS has since ensured that all incoming calls to the National Anti-Violence and Sexual Harassment Helpline are automatically recorded, transcribed, and logged as a case record in the case management system. This ensures accountability and allows us to periodically review and strengthen the frontline services, staff training, and ultimately provide more consistent support to children at risk. As Minister said, child protection work is not easy. Our frontline protection professionals persevere because they are deeply committed to keeping children safe. CPS is grateful to our partners in the protection ecosystem for working together to protect children in our care, and will continue to work closely together to implement the review panel's recommendations to strengthen the child protection ecosystem.
The Singapore Police Force is saddened by the loss of Megan. We accept the review panel's findings. The SPF has reviewed the actions undertaken by the investigation officer and the supervisor who had handled the first police report, and they have been disciplined internally. The SPF has processes and systems in place to ensure that the reports receive the right level of attention based on the facts and circumstances of each case and are followed up promptly. Following the subsequent reports lodged in July 2020, 3 suspects, namely Fu Liping, Brian Wong, and Novell Chua, were arrested by the police on the 23rd and 24th of July 2020. Fu and Wong have since been convicted and sentenced in court on 3rd of April 2025. Chua's case is still undergoing court prosecution.
For me, it has to be one of the most difficult times since joining the organization almost 10 years ago, but most important because we want to learn from this so that this incident cannot ever happen again. Beyond Social Services accepts the panel's findings. Our incident report should have been more timely and complete. And for this, we are deeply sorry. Megan was a child of Beyond. Megan is a child of Beyond, no matter, regardless of when the incident happened. Yes, these are hard lessons, not just for my organization, but for the staff, my staff involved back then, and certainly for all of us today. Yes, we have made changes to how we work, but the truth is, we will always carry with us the weight of knowing we should have done better. Today, we have 3 safeguards. First, our staff are required to keep detailed records of all concerns and follow-ups. Secondly, if a child is uncontactable or unseen for 2 days, we raise alarms and escalate the case. Finally, for higher risk situations, we activate specialists, child protection agencies, and work closely with them to respond as a team. Megan's passing is a tragedy that has deeply impact us on our current and former colleagues, and I'm sure everybody here involved. It does serve us a timely reminder how vital the role of every professional social worker is, whether directly or indirectly involved in child protection. As president of Beyond Social Services, my commitment is that for me and my team to continue working with MSF, CPS, SPF, EGDA, FAYE, to put these safeguards and more into practice. For over 55 years, Beyond Social Services has worked to support vulnerable families and individuals. We remain accountable. We will continue working as one network, and we will keep strengthening our practices so that every child safety always comes first.
FAYE acknowledges the findings of the review panel and appreciates the care and thoroughness with which the review was conducted to strengthen the management of child abuse cases. Child protection is a complex and demanding area of work that calls for continuous learning, strong systems, and collaborations among partners. We take the panel's recommendations seriously and will continue to strengthen our practice and work closely with families and partners to better support those we serve. Thank you.